Alright, Chef John the Ghetto Gourmet. So I was in the Whitaker neighborhood and I was actually sleeping where the mural is, if you're from around here, on 4th Street, and waking up early in the morning. And I first started school in the spring, and I passed my writing 80 and failed my CS 120 and my beginning music fundamentals. Two classes which I came back later to get A's in. I got B in the computer class, actually. I'm not a whiz on a computer. I got an A in the music fundamentals because some things come natural to me. And I worked really hard. really hard to get that done. So anyways, so this is going to be our barbecue. I'm going to turn the stove on for that. We've made the barbecue before. You've seen it. Alright, and I want to show you one more cut before I put us up. And so I'm going to heat the oil. I'm going to throw this in. I'm going to let it sear. Put a little pepper on it. What the heck, right? No salt. That won't hurt. We're going to let this sear. And then what I'm going to do with the rest of that meat there is I'm going to cut it up into small little shreds of stir fry. But that's a totally different knife maneuver, and I wanted to show you that knife maneuver, okay? So we've seen some slicing, some cutting, some silver skin removal, a lot of, see, there's more down the back of this I could go for, but also one thing about pulled pork is you can pull it out at the end. Ha! I made a pull joke. So you guys want to see me do this, right? All right. All right. Moving around the oil a little bit, and I want that super hot actually. And we're going to throw the onion in. And what we want to be doing is searing that actually. So it needs to get hot in a hurry. I should have been a lot hotter. Alright, so while that side's going, I've trimmed some of this meat off. Yeah, that's all good meat. All this right here, let's see. I think I did a pretty good job of getting everything out of there. And that right there, it's got a little fat on it. So I'm going to take all that and I'm going to put it in this one. And this is all fat ends and stuff. And wash the hands. It's a full-time job keeping you guys at the food. I need a head cam. Alright, see that? And I was roasting marshmallows last night. Oh, sucky bomb. Bam! See that? Nice brown on there. I get some oil on that. Do some crazy. And put a little bit more oil in there. I put maybe a teaspoon in, just so I can, yeah, I'm gonna put you guys, here, get up here. I had to get all that moving. Alright. And then I thought I'd go with a honey. We got the bear. Hello. I'm gonna be just right. Shut up, you stupid bear. I shouldn't talk to the bear that way. And barbecue. And a little liquid smoke. And a Good wallop of sugar. And some more honey. A lot more honey. And that's it. No, we're going to put a little cayenne in there too. A little paprika is for a light pepper. I always like light pepper. Paprika is like a 1. Cayenne is a 5. Green pepper is like a half. That's funny, right? A half. No, it's like a 1. It's like a 2 actually. Paprika is lighter than green pepper. And then straight heat. And then that's it. All right. And more barbecue sauce. And we're done. That's what it looks like. I'm going to go add some water to it. Because it needs water right now. Alright, and you can see I filled the pot about 2/3 of the way up. I coated it. And it's going back on here until it boils. And then I'm going to keep it on a mild, heavy simmer or a gentle rolling boil all day long. It'll take about 6 hours. Alright. So let's come back over here. So that story I want to tell you. So here's the cut. You wanna kind of. So I had this warrant down in Florence because I haven't taken care of my stuff down there, and I'm in school, and I'm going to school with a warrant, and I'm like in school for a good 8 months before they catch me, and I'm in the culinary program, and I'm waking up early in the morning. I made that one too thick. So the idea is that you keep scissoring it like that. And I woke up, wake up, you know, in the morning. I had this cat in my sleeping bag and stuff. So I got in trouble and was waiting to go back to jail, or waiting to go back to court in Florence, and he was going to transport me. And we had this Bible study. And Brother Peter, actually from the band Peter, Paul, and Mary, was a Bible study fellow, and normally they only let 8 of us out on the cells on the 3rd floor. It's a security thing, man. I always get, they put us all us cats who are like hard asses up on the 3rd floor. You got serious violent charges and stuff, or any kind of violence, they put you on the 3rd floor. And me, yeah, I was always on the 3rd floor. So we're gonna take that right there. I'm gonna get this meat away, and so I'm going to have to thaw that all at once, alright? I'm going to kind of move it around the sides of this because I want it to thaw quick when I pull it out. So in one day I can have that thawed if I push it around the sides like that. It's kind of a weird thing to do, but I want it, you know, I want that quick and ready. I should put something else in there like a baggie or something, but so anyway, we're at this Bible study, and there's 13 of us sitting around this table, and these are a lot of cats I knew from the street, right? And the funny thing about Bible study and church and all that is some cats, you know, they'd be like reading the Bible on the inside and not out. Well, anyways. So I knew a lot of these guys, right? And a lot of them actually I saw at Loin later, and you know, Brother Paul was talking about a story when Jesus healed a leper, and the leper came out and was so thankful that he prostrated himself in front of Jesus, you know? And the pastor goes around the table and he goes, what does it mean to prostrate yourself in front of Jesus, in front of the Lord? And, you know, we all went around the table and we kind of said our thing, and then it was my turn, and the guys knew that I carried the spirit wherever I was in my own way, and I really liked to, you know, try to open up and understand it. So they were listening to what I had to say, and we all were kind of like not really getting it, right? Not, because you have to experience it, okay? So meanwhile, while I've been in jail, I'm doing paperwork to get, because I was ill too, so I had the ability to get back in school on a medical. I was really ill. That's another story. I'll tell you that later. You'd be like, no, really? Yeah. Being poisoned sucks. But anyways, 3-4 weeks it like takes. All right, so oh, this is on a rolling boil. We're gonna turn it down to 6. So I go down to I'm writing all my paperwork. My dad's sending it to me through the mail, and I get all my paperwork reinstated, and I have everything done for spring term. I missed winter term, and I'm in jail waiting to go to Florence, right? And I'm like hoping he's gonna let me out and go back to college, right? Well, some things happened down in Florence, right, that were not cool at all. And but anyways, let's say God owed me one, and he used some of his saints to accomplish it. And so I go down to Florence, and I tell him I'm in school, man. I want to make it back to spring term. I got my grants back, everything. I have my classes. All I need to do is get my classes. And he's like, "You're not going anywhere." Judge is like, in extreme prejudice, he's like, "You ain't going nowhere. You're gonna go back to Lane County Jail and think, and sit there and wait until you want to come back here and say the right thing to me," which could have been like another 3 weeks, another 3 months, dude. He was like a circuit judge. He worked around. I'm like, oh my God, right? I'm like, there's school, there's everything gone right. So he sends me back to my cell, and I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? You know? And so that afternoon, they trip us back to Lane County Jail, right? And I remember, I'm not gonna say his name, but it's one of the sheriffs. He's kind of cool with me. He's a cool sheriff, right? I'll go into the whole concept of a police officer and a peace officer a little later. But anyway, so check that. Okay, yeah. So we get back to Lane County Jail and trip and all that, and they got to book you in, right? Well, they got to book you in, and they're gonna post me up to the counter. Well, when are you coming back? And he says, well, I got court on April 3rd, and well, what'd the judge say? Well, the judge said that to show up at court on April 3rd, and that, man, he was mad, and then, oops, grabbed me, this sheriff pulls me to the side, right? He goes, there's no paperwork, dude. They're trying to let you out. So the ladies down in Flowtown, love them, peace to you guys. All right, thank you, because he did a blessed thing when I needed it. Didn't send the paperwork. So suddenly, he's like, they're trying to let you out, and I go back to the counter, and I'm like, okay. Yes, he said, okay, well, they're like, well, here, sign this, and gave me a piece of paper, and told me to go over and sign my stuff out, and I was out the door in like a minute, right? Out in front of the jail. If you ain't never like, that's the first thing I did. Came out the door, and I was like, I mean, I couldn't take more than a step or two, and I was like on my knees, because it was like I was supposed to be locked up. All my dreams were supposed to be gone. It was all supposed to be taken from me, right? And that's what it meant. That's what it meant to prostrate to Jesus. That's what it meant. It was like to feel this overwhelming joy of a gift of good. And, you know, prostrate to Brahma, to Allah, to whoever, you know, when you drop to your knees, and you did it because something happened in your life that only God could have created. Jesus could have created. You prostrate. And you praise. So I want you to eat better in your homes. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Chef John the Ghetto Gourmet.